if we are not part of the academy, there's no way for us to consistently get good information that's been vetted and keeping us abreast of everything that is important and having a huge effect on us, whether we know it or not. Outside entities are creating laws and regulations that every day can have an impact on how we deliver dentistry and our entire livelihood, for that matter, and how we treat patients. Everything about what we do is being managed in some way or trying to be modified in some way to help us through the Academy of General Dentistry and its various councils that work to do that on a daily basis.
I think during this COVID-19 crisis, the Dental Practice Council has been working diligently, putting out a return to work guidance, and also working with the regulatory agencies to advocate for the general dentist. We were looking at information coming on daily from very different organizations throughout our government. And I think the most important part for us was really getting down to the science and what was evidence-based, so that way when we made decisions and we were talking to government agencies, we were going from a science-based approach. So that way, when we came back to practice, we were actually going with an evidence-based approach. So that way, when we came back to practice, we knew we'd be safe for both, more importantly, our staff, our patients, and ourselves. So to serve our communities that we work in.
Never before in the history of our profession has the legislative and regulatory activity had such a profound impact on the manner in which we practice dentistry and the manner in which we're going to practice dentistry in the future. And I believe that dentistry has to be involved, and general dentistry specifically, because there are entities outside of the profession and inside the profession that seek to change the way general dentistry is practiced by general dentists. We need to be at the forefront. We need to be in Washington, D.C. We need to be in our state capitals. We need to be talking about dentistry to the carriers, to the dental insurance companies. We need to be there. If we're not there, nobody else is going to be there for us. AGD has to be the one to carry the banner for general dentists, and that's what we do. We do it effectively, we do it great, and we have tremendous victories.
The number one benefit, I've said it before and I'll go back to it again, in my opinion, is advocacy. Whether or not I become involved in AGD by being a dues-paying member, I know that my voice is heard, and I know that my concerns are being addressed. And I believe that in doing that, the standard of care is maintained and the public is protected.
If we don't speak for ourselves, then no one else will. All the specialties have representation at the table, and we have to have representation as well, whether it's with other dental organizations, whether it's in political forums. Somebody needs to speak for general dentists, and that's the AGD.
And when I first came out of dental school, I wanted to align myself with an organization that really cared about my dreams and my vision for myself and for my career. And I found that the AGD truly understands what the general dentist needs, and they advocate for you. And so I share with fellows that are interested that the AGD can help you provide the opportunities and the education that is full of quality and really gets you where you want to be, and it really helps with advocacy as well.
It's incredibly important for all general dentists to advocate for the profession so that we can protect the profession and so that we're speaking with one voice. There's so much out there in the legislative arena that would carve out elements of dental practice or change the way we practice as a whole. At the end of the day, though, it's about protecting patients and making sure that we don't create multiple levels of care or do anything that would harm patients.